Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth campaign, the South Guard. In our last episode, we wrapped up scenario number 6, and we did that by defeating Mebrin, who had become an ancient lich. And again, Mebrin is the fallen elven sage who unfortunately gave in to the temptations of darkness, became an ancient lich, and was actually leading the forces of the undead. But through quite a bit of effort on our part, we were able to vanquish him, and now we're kind of figuring out what to do next. So let's jump into scenario number 7 here and see kind of what happens next. After Malmabrin's defeat, Deoran and his men left the desolate caverns and returned to the surface of the fortress where the sun had begun to break through the thick fog in the ancient forest. Etheliel stayed behind for a long while, not emerging from the caverns until the day had passed and it was well into the night. She offered a brief word of apology, but said nothing more as she led them back north toward Wesnoth. Deoran had to admit that he was elated that they had defeated the undead and were returning home, although the wearied, almost grieving mood of the elves was quite sombering. The wheel of time turned another cycle, and fall faded into winter. The last few colored leaves dropped to the ground, leaving nothing but the spiny evergreens and otherwise barren trees. Forage and game were scarce even with the undead gone, and the thoughts of both men and elves were turned toward their homes, where they could find peace and warmth with their families. The long weeks of trudging northward took its toll, but eventually Deoran and his men emerged from the sprawling forest and returned to the lands of Wesnoth. We've made it back to the southern outpost. Our journey has almost come full circle. We are finally back in familiar territory. Westin is no more than a couple days' journey from here. Let us make haste back to our homes. Return to Kurlath. So this is scenario number 7. Our victory condition is to move Deoran into the Kurlath province, and our defeat conditions are either the death of Deoran or the death of Etheliel, or if our turns run out, and we have 18 turns left. And then as always, we're going to have a early finish bonus and a carryover of 40% of gold that we end this scenario with will carry over to the next scenario. Okay, so here we are, scenario 7. So let's kind of figure out what's going on here. So we do have a village down here that we probably should get control of at some point. And it looks like we've got a road that's going to sort of take us northwards, passing a number of villages on our way north. Kind of winds all the way up there, and we, again, continue passing multiple villages on the way. And then we really just need to get here. So I suspect that something's going to happen on the way north, but we'll have to see. So, all right, let's kind of think about how we want to start proceeding. So I'm thinking we want to send a couple of really powerful units kind of ahead to sort of scout. And this might be a good opportunity to actually involve sort of our, maybe some of our cavalry here. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. So that's actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to recall. Got lots of units to recall here, but I'm going to start with my dragoons. And the reason for that is because I want some scouts. So there we go. We're going to just send everybody north here. What we'll also do, though, is we will recruit, or recall, I should say, one of our other units. You know what? Let's see, who would be... Actually, you know what? This might be an opportunity to maybe just recruit somebody and send them down here. The point being, I want to capture this village here if I can. Send the Royal Guard that way. Etheliel can tag along as well with the group. Maybe keep to the... Ooh, and there we go. Humans, vile beasts. What? We are your friends, not your enemies. We mean no harm to you. My men and I are simply tired and wish to return to our homes. Save those wishes for another life, cur. You kidnapped and slew the sage Mibrin. We did no such thing. Mibrin adopted the dark arts of his own volition. He was consumed by it and twisted into a being of great evil. How dare you, to accuse our beloved sage of such things? Does the stupidity of humanity know no bounds? The human speaks the truth. As much as my heart grieves for Mibrin, he was not innocent either. Fine words for a traitor. You dare speak to me so? Have you forgotten who I am? I order you to stand down this instant, warrior. Your orders no longer hold any weight, friend of the tree killers. If you will not withdraw, we will kill you along with them. Ethelial, what in the world is going on? I am not sure. Mibrin was beloved by many of our people. His death must have angered some of them greatly, perhaps to the point that they have become utterly irrational. Even so, this seems like madness to me. But to be angered enough to attack you? And besides, you were his student. You have the right to be the most angry of all, yet even you have made peace with us. Should they not recognize this? The events that transpired in those caves brought too much grief for me to be angry any longer. But I am afraid the rest of my people did not see firsthand what Mibrin had become. As for attacking me, I am not usually the one in command of our warriors. That responsibility belongs to Ithilden, whom I very much doubt sent anyone to come hunt us down. Something else is going on. What should we do? Fight past our foes, but if possible, fight to subdue and not to kill. We elves have suffered enough from this ordeal. I would not have our people be slaughtered needlessly as well. Very well. Okay, so it sounds like we really don't want to kill if possible. We want to try to avoid inflicting damage wherever we can, but this is kind of an interesting turn of events, so it looks like we're going to have to basically fight against our, well, who should be our allies, the elves, but we're now going to be sort of pitted against them, so, oh boy, this is a tough situation. So, I guess with Ethelial, we want to get her up into the tree line here. So now Deoran's going to probably stay put because he can continue to recruit and recall units. So in terms of who else to recall, we should probably bring our Elvish champion to bear as he's a very, very tough customer. Let's see, can we recruit anything different? Okay, no, it's kind of just all of our same standard units, which makes sense. So why don't we recall... We could recall this spearman and have him go capture the village. Actually, that's not the worst idea. I say that because he's got about halfway to the experience that he needs. So this would be a great way to, you know, get him to capture this, and then he can head north and maybe get involved in the battle as well. And if not, that's okay too. But we will recall him. And then I guess that's going to do it for our turn right there. So we'll end it. Okay, the elves are pressing. It's now nighttime, which unfortunately means that our units are suffering a penalty, although our Mage of Light is going to come in handy here, that's for sure. So we've got this Elvish Scout, and unfortunately, I think I'm just going to have to start killing them because I don't really want to have to dance around them too much. So let's see if we can inflict some damage with my Royal Guard there. Very nice. Oh, and you know what I should have done? Again, silly me, I should have moved my mage up here and gotten the illumination on the Royal Guard. That would have improved my odds of landing successful attacks there. Okay, very nice. So that takes care of that. Ethelial can actually move all the way up and grab the village if she really wanted to. Our bowman, we might as well take this fort here. Looks like it's kind of submerged too. You can see it's in the water, but Now with Ethereal, what I'll do is I'll head over... Oh, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, I want to see what I'm up against first, because there is a bit of a risk sending her alone up there, so maybe I'll hold off. Maybe instead I'll put her right there. Our cavalry, on the other hand, we can charge in. The only problem with the cavalry is they don't have a ranged attack. But they should be able to soak up some damage, at least. I'm a little hesitant to send them here because the elves can park in the forest, so I want to make sure I'm using the terrain to my advantage wherever possible here. This little guy's going to head down and go for the village. Meanwhile, we can recall a few more of our most powerful units here. The Elvish Champion would be a good one. And you know what? We might as well get our Merman Entangler while we're at it. He can get into the water. And then we'll also bring back one of our druids here. The one that's about to level would be a good choice. Okay. So, now the question, do we want to cross the river or do we want to just hold back? Again, if we park right here, let's see. You know what? I'm going to wait and let them come to me. Nice. Okay, he went into the water. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Probably should have put Ethereal closer to my bowman so he could heal, but that's all right. Okay. So now we have the opportunity here to actually do some work. So you know what? Let's use our bowman to try and kill the scout if possible. Come on. Nice. There we go. And the reason I wanted that is because that allows me to get my other units kind of into the fight a little bit more easily here. So we can advance like this. Step up here. And go for some damage. Perfect. Okay. And then Sir Garrett can follow up, as can Ethereal here. She can assist like this. And she can try and do... You know what? An ensnare would be nice. Let's try that. Try and get a slow. Nice. Okay, we got one. That's what we really needed there. And that's going to make things a little easier for us now, hopefully. So Sir Garrett can get involved here with his glaive. Oh, and yeah, again, I should have moved the white mage up, but that's fine. And I'm going to leave the white mage actually where he is because I want him to provide healing to these two units here mostly. So we'll bring this cavalry up to help out. Try and do some melee damage here. No such luck. Okay. Cavalry can head over and capture the village. And now everyone else needs to kind of move northwards as well to assist. So our champion can advance. Our Entangler just needs to get into the water, basically. Now, are there any other forts? No. So, any other units we want to bring back, we're going to have to do so down here with Deoran before we leave. So, let's bring back our Druid. And let's see if there's anyone else we're kind of interested in bringing back. It doesn't really look like it, to be perfectly honest. So, I think we're actually going to just advance Deoran up as well. Maybe try and get him some experience and level him up if possible. And if we really need to, we can always retreat and head back and try and get more units. So, alright, that should do it. Yeah, our cavalry taking some damage, unfortunately. Sir Garrick did a good job tanking the damage. Now our Entangler can get involved here and throw a net. So let's do that. Very nice, and he actually got the kill, no problem there. Might have been nice to try and get the kill with the Druid now that I think about it, but that's fine. We got this archer here who's kind of in the way. This guy can just go scout northwards here, which is ideal. Yeah, there we go. Oh, me see human. Human tasty food? Mr. Ogre, we are not very tasty. Oh, me like only tasty meat. You go away. Wait, me no believe. Me eat you. Okay, looks like we've got an ogre that we're going to have to fight. So that's a level 2 unit. Pretty powerful, though. You can see quite a lot of health. And does a fairly decent amount of melee damage there. And it's a neutral unit. So let's take a look here. Maybe we can get a little bit more information. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted. I want ogre. So, in terms of resistances, resistant to Arcane, Blade, and Pierce at 20% each, but susceptible to the other methods of attack, so Impact in particular is going to be most effective. Okay, so just a fairly decent sort of melee tanky unit. Have to be kind of careful of that. Just sort of another thing to, you know, add some more, kind of another angle to this particular scenario. So... let's see. We could get... it'd be nice to try and get Deoran this kill if possible. So, let's see. Can we... just looking at who would be best suited to maybe... so what I'm thinking is we want to do a bit of damage here to this unit and then move Deoran in to try and get the finish. Ooh, but look at the odds. Really low. Yikes. You know what? We could just go in and try for the lance kill once we've done a bit of damage here. So, let's, you know what? Let's use... yeah, you know what? Let's do this. We'll move over here. And we'll just try for some sword damage. Nice. We got lucky there and managed to get a hit. This is where magic would be really useful, actually. Let's see what kind of damage can we do there. We could do some thorns here. Okay, now we just need to hit one time. And again, the odds are low, but if we can manage one hit, we'll be good. So let's try it. There we go. So yeah, Deoran got some experience. That's great for him. Now, we do want to make sure Deoran gets some health back, so we'll advance like this. That's good. And then our champion can advance. We want to get healing with our bowman, so our bowman can advance like this. Mage of Light as well. We want to keep sort of protected where possible. And yeah, we'll advance like this for the healing benefits, really. We'll go like that to get out of the woods. Okay. We'll make sure our druid advances, as does our spearman here. Okay, things are looking pretty good, so we'll end it there. Ooh, and there's the danger, though, is that this unit just popped out of the woods. And, of course, our cavalry doesn't have any answer to those ranged attacks, really. I mean, we do have the crossbow shot, but, you know, again, it's just one attack, and it has kind of low odds of landing. So now we've got to try and deal with this ranger, who's quite a threat to us, actually. Just looking at who would be best to kind of go in there. So we probably want our champion in on the village, I'm thinking. We do some sword attacks. Let's try that out. Yeah, really low odds to hit, unfortunately. And the slow has a really low chance to hit. So let's at least do some magic damage here with Ethereal, hopefully. Yep. There we go. That's pretty good. And then what about here? Can we... if we landed all three, we would get the kill, but I'm a little skeptical about our chances there. Okay, thankfully that ogre is not really a risk. If we can hit once, that would be ideal. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the sword attack here. I know we have fewer chances to hit, but... oh, and we didn't hit. Alright, okay, let's try our druid out. We can land all three. Oh, we missed one. Dang it, I hope she doesn't get killed off. That would be a real shame. Yeah, I should have done this differently. I probably should have used my white mage in there to try and get the kill. That would have been, I think, more intelligent. And unfortunately now my Dragoon is in a really bad spot. Yikes. Yeah, I didn't really plan this one out as well as I should have. So, we will advance with this Dragoon up that way. Royal Guard can go like this. Deoran can advance into the woods. And unfortunately, this particular Dragoon is now kind of in a bad spot. We can advance here and try and do some damage. The only problem is we're more likely to take hits than we are to get a kill. So I'm not gonna play that game. I think we're probably gonna lose this Dragoon, sadly. Yeah, that was again, I'm kind of getting relaxed here because things aren't quite as tense in this particular battle. At least they haven't been so far. And I think that's making me get a little sloppy. So let's see what happens here. Okay, going after... Oh, no, the Druid. Oh, she evolved. Okay, that's great. Okay, so my Dragoon is safe, actually, which is great. And, of course, as I say that, he comes under massive attack. And he gets killed. Yeah, as I say that. Oh, that was too bad. Yeah. These elves with their ranged attacks are pretty dangerous, so I definitely underestimated that a little bit. Yeah, I may have to actually send Deoran back and try to get a few more units here, because things are getting a little bit nastier than I was initially expecting. We also need to be careful with this merman, because when he's on land, he's really quite vulnerable. So now we have basically a copy of Ethereal here. We have another Elvish Shide, which is very, very powerful, obviously. So that's excellent. So let's try and get the kill maybe with our brand new Elvish Shide here on the Ranger, because that needs to happen. There we go. Okay, that's good. We can retreat our Dragoon back. It's a real shame we lost the other one. But again, that was kind of my own stupidity that led to that. So, we don't want to repeat that mistake. Okay, so now we need to deal with this fighter as well. We do have... Actually, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to get our white mage involved. So you know what? Let's get up there and do some light beam here. Very nice. Okay, that was pretty good. That actually went better than I was hoping. So now we can get in there and try for the kill with our druid. Perfect. Some experience there, which is great. Okay, now we've got this elvish archer who needs to die. And I think the Royal Guard's going to be the one for the job. So we'll send the Royal Guard in like this. Go for some big damage. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and then you know what? We can get the finish here with our Dragoon, I think. Perfect. And there's some more experience for the Dragoon as well, which is great. Exactly what we needed. Yeah, the rest of these units can gang up on this little fighter here who's kind of by himself. So what we'll do is we'll send the champion up like this, and we'll try and do some sword damage here. Nice, okay. Pretty good. And then Ethereal can advance here and do some thorns, hopefully. Okay, we saw something else. Oh, there we go. Another Elvish marksman. Do some thorns here. Oh, jeez. Wow, we had really, really poor luck there. That's unfortunate. So then let's step up with our bowman here and try for the sword kill, if possible. Actually, you know what? We'll do the bow attack, because that's better. Yeah, there we go. Nice, okay, and he evolved, which basically, or leveled up, I should say, which basically just means he gets a little bit more health, so he gained a couple of hit points there, and had his hit points restored, which is good. So now Sir Garrick can attack this fighter, so let's try that. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and then you know what? We can try for the kill here with Deoran, perhaps. Let's try it. Very nice, and we got the kill. That's excellent. Okay. And then we'll just keep advancing with our merman, just being aware that he's obviously very vulnerable, as I said. I think that's going to do it, so we will end our turn there. I'm not going to dwell on losing that Dragoon. Oh, I can't lose my Oh. Wasn't that interesting? So, The Elvish champion also leveled up, and in doing so basically just got some extra hit points there. Went from, I think, 71 up to 74, so that's pretty good because it basically gave him a full heal as well. Alright, so we want to kill off this marksman and just keep advancing. Now, the question is, do we want to try and fight the ogre or not? I mean, I don't know. We can try and figure that out, I guess. But this marksman needs to be dealt with. That's for sure. Now, our druid can get in there and do some work, and I'm actually liking that, so only a 30% chance to hit. Let's see what marksman does. I'm kind of curious. So what does marksman do? When used offensively, this attack always has at least a 60% chance to hit. That's incredible. But it's only when used offensively, so in defense, it doesn't apply. So basically, you want to use this unit offensively, but if they come under attack, it's not quite so effective. So we're going to go in there and try and do the thorns. But we might want to try and do that to get the kill rather than... Okay, you know what? We're going to go like this with Ethereal. And we'll do exactly that. Oh, and we actually took a hit. That's not good. Okay, 13. So we need to hit twice to get the kill. Let's hope it happens here. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. And again, I'm trying to get the kill with the druid because it is still a unit that can evolve. So more benefit to be had there. And then let's move our white mage kind of up like this. Meanwhile, our bowman can grab that. And our royal guard, perhaps... Actually, you know what? Let's undo that. The bowman might be better off going over here to try and deal with the ogre. Royal guard can capture the village. Meanwhile, we want maybe some healing support in behind. Like that. Our Entangler can advance here. And then our Dragoon could move in. Just trying to figure out sort of where would be best. I don't want to put my Elvish Shide in any real extra danger here from the melee attacks. Which is why I'm hesitant to put him right here. I guess, you know what, our champion can get involved too. So you know what, let's do that. We'll go like this, and then we can park right there very safely and get some healing for our Dragoon as well. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. And then Deoran can advance as well. Get out of the woods at least. We'll keep this guy advancing too. We want to get him into the fight if we can. Alright, we'll end it there. Okay, it's now nighttime, which unfortunately means that... Oh, the ogre is neutral. That's right. I was going to say the ogre was chaotic, but it's not. So, okay, I guess he's not going to come to us, so we might have to go to him if we want to actually fight him. But I'm thinking I want to keep some of my units advancing northwards so we can just kind of continue on our main objective here, like with Deoran, for example. So, maybe what we'll do is we'll go like this. We'll use our champion, do some bow attacks. Taking some damage there, some more bow attacks here. And then it would be ideal to get the finish with our Dragoon here for the experience. We don't do quite enough damage to make that happen. So maybe what we'll do is we'll go like this, do some magic damage here. Very nice. And then we should hopefully be able to get the kill. We just have to hit twice. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, one more. Oh, that sucks. That's so frustrating. I really hope we don't lose this Dragoon now. That would be a shame. Okay, Sir Garrick can advance. Deoran can advance as well. Maybe we'll put him here so he gets the healing. Actually, you know what? I lied. We'll just have him advance normally up the road. And then the rest can keep advancing up through the... Okay, and there we go. We've got an Elvish fighter who needs to be dealt with. Put Ethereal right there, and we'll move our Druid in as well. The elves move very well through the forest, as you can see. This little guy's just trying to catch up. Okay, we'll see what happens with this ogre. Hopefully, it's not a disaster. Interesting. I thought the ogre was going to attack me, but I guess not. So, all right, let's try and get the kill here again. Bad food. It hurt me. Me no like. Me ouch. Kind of an interesting character. I guess we didn't really have to kill him, but we were able to get a ton of experience here for my Dragoon, which is great. You can see at 64 out of 76, so getting pretty close to enough there to level up, which is what we're after. So Sir Garrick can advance up the road. Deoran can maybe move in to try to get the kill again with his lance to sort of get a last hit. So now let's use our other units here to do some damage. Do the same thing here. And if we get the kill, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. So we'll move up like this. Here we go. Deoran can just advance up the road here. This can our white mage. Our merman. There we go. Alright, that'll do it for our turn. Okay. Now let's check out the bridge up there. Okay, well, hey, so far so good. We'll just keep moving up that way. Here goes Deoran. Everybody's just moving on northwards. And our little spearman's going to advance as well. All right, we'll end it there. Kind of worried we're going to get ambushed or something bad's going to happen. We're going to realize that Westin has been taken over or something, but I hope that's not the case. All right, let's get one of our units over there at least. And then Deoran can advance here. Get a healer in behind him just to kind of cover him. We'll put Ethereal in the water there. And then everyone's just going to continue advancing here. Get our Dragoon up for the healing. I guess I should have sent my Entangler over here, but that's all right. Okay. End it there. All right, and now let's... Oh, hang on. Maybe before I guess I could capture a village, perhaps, before I... send him over. Not that, well, it's not going to make a difference. Let's do it. Halt. Who comes to the border of Wesnoth? It is I, Deoran, commander of the South Guard. Deoran, it truly is you. We had thought you had been lost to the undead. We and our elvish allies have won a great battle against a lich. The undead are no more. This is wonderful news, Commander. I shall spread word about your heroic deed. But I am afraid there is another problem. There are rumors of trouble with the Elves of the Aethenwood. That does not surprise me, given our troubles in even getting here. Deoran, we had best hurry back to your city. I will need to see what the circumstances are. Very well. Let us make haste to Westin. All right, short but sweet. We finished up scenario number 7. And you can see here that we finished 6 turns early. So let's see. We're going to start the next scenario with 86 gold on top of what we would normally start the scenario with. So in retrospect, I would have played this one maybe a little differently had I known kind of what it was going to be. I wouldn't have probably brought in so many units and spent so much of my gold initially. Like, for example, the Entangler I really didn't end up needing necessarily, but... And I obviously wouldn't have endangered my Dragoon in the way I did, leading to his death. But overall, you know, a nice scenario there, and it's cool because we're now kind of getting to head back to Westin and see what's going on in sort of the human territory. So I'm really interested to see kind of what happens next. All right, so we will save this one. Return to Kurlath, and we will say completed. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.